Assalamu alaikum everybody, Sandman back again with another YouTube video. Guys, it's been a minute since I did one of these videos, a trade breakdown, and that's mainly because of the fact that these last 2 weeks, guys, well, the last 2 weeks of December, I have not been trading. I've been hands off, completely not trading, unless if it's been like some small stuff on my like smaller accounts. But yeah, I haven't been trading as much because simply put, the volume is not there in the markets. The volume is not there. I don't want to trade because volume is needed for the setups to happen, right? Volume is needed for setups to play out, for your edge to play out. So if there's no volume in the market, guys, you're not going to get any good setups. Because of that, I haven't been trading. Up until yesterday. Yesterday was the first day I traded. Monday, of course, as you guys know, Monday, it's a bank holiday because of New Year's. And so because of the bank holiday, no one is there, right? And New Year's is a holiday celebrated by pretty much everybody across the world, right? And because of that reason, a lot more people. Well, there was a lot less liquidity. Usually, when there's bank holidays, like in Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I think that's coming up soon as well. Uh, there's still liquidity in the market. There's still volume in the market because other nations across the world don't celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day, but we as Americans do. But New Year's is something that's celebrated all across the world. So there was literally no liquidity, no volume in the market, guys. So because of that, spreads were super high. So I just didn't trade Monday, and many people didn't trade. And quite frankly, if you did trade, it's just kind of dumb. So for the next year, you probably should take note of that. But yeah, yesterday I traded, and today I traded, and so today we're gonna go breaking down two trades I took, why I took them, the usual routine that we have, and yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna break down these trades for you. As you guys can see, one of them was a 1, 2, 3, one of them was a loser. So we're gonna break down both of these trades, and I'm gonna show you why exactly I took them, etc. Right. So I hop into the market, guys, when 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, like I say every single video, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm in the markets, right? So what do I see? I see as soon as I hopped in that we're in this trend line, right? But this trend line has been broken, kind of, right? Or no, not kind of. It has been broken, but it's also been retested right over here, right? So you see that it's been retested, and now guess what? We are just plummeting upwards, right? So now what do I see? I also see this, right? Uptrend line. So now all I'm looking for the majority of my time when I was when early in the morning when I was looking for day trades was to buy. That was it. Right. I was looking for buys because all I saw was we had broken a bearish trend line and now we were going up and we were trending upwards, right? So my first initial bias was to take buys over here, right? Because of the fact that price had come down here and then price had begun to pretty much consolidate. Although it was continuing on the upwards trend, there was a lot of consolidation. We had a decent wick rejection over here, and I was looking to take trade a buy over this. That would have coincided with everything. The super trend was still green. This key level in the market, the trend line, it was all being retested. There was a lot of wick rejections, and then bullish momentum finally showed with this bullish engulfing. So I was planning to take a buy here with a stop loss like around here and target a 1 to 1.5 ratio. Now, the reason I didn't is because I felt like it was a little bit too overextended, right? Simply put, with spreads, I'd be probably around like here-ish, 7, like over here. And so this is a level in the market that if you guys are noticing, price is halted at, right? So price halted here 3 times, right? We had our first halt. Oh no, we had these are the 3 halts, right? So because of that, I was thinking that price could potentially halt here again. I didn't really know. And so obviously at the time, obviously now looking at it, guys, there was a super strong bullish engulfing candle and bullish momentum continued, right? But I didn't know that at the time, right? When I was looking at the candle for an entry over here, I was like, I'm way too close to this zone of halting, and I won't be able to justify moving my stop loss to break even when price reaches at this level. But this is a level where the market can react from and continue going downwards, right? So we could have changed our trend from an uptrend to a downtrend. Three taps at a key level, consolidation in the market, no real indication of whether we're moving upwards or downwards is not really beneficial. It's not really like an A-class setup, right? So that's why I just didn't take any of this setup. And hindsight is 2020, guys. If I took it, I would have won. It is what it is. My next setup was over here, that I was thinking about taking, right? And so this was a setup that I was looking for as bearish confirmation. And as you guys can see, we had this rejection off this key level. Super trend had turned red and everything, but we had a retest of the super trend. Of the trend line. Sorry, guys. But the thing is that the last lower high was over here, right? At this level. And so I was like, I don't know if we're going to continue going downwards from here. And news was about to break out at 10 p.m. So 10 a.m. Sorry. So I was going to take this trade over here. And yes, I could have moved my stop loss to break even by then, but I didn't know if you were going to continue to the downside. I didn't know if you'd make it in time before news. So I just didn't take this trade either. So this was the second trade setup that I saw today that I didn't take. And both of these trades would have been winners, right? One of them would have been hit TP. One of them would have been break even, at least according to buy rules, right? As you guys can see, though, this level ended up being a very strong level, and even news came back after the news reaction, and we end up melting downwards, right? So what I'm looking for now is just sells, right? I see a very strong bearish reaction when it comes to news, and price continuing on that bearish reaction. So all I'm looking for is sells, which is where this level comes into, or this trade comes into the market, right? Now, going back, we see the price has finally broken below this strong level. Now, the reason you guys can tell it's a strong level or not is if you look at price, right? Let's zoom out a lot, right? If you zoom out a lot of price, what do you see? Let me select this first. What do you see? You see price had this strong rally up, and then it halts at this point, right? There was no reason for it to halt. The level was over here, right? But if you look at this level, it's lower than what price ended up halting at, right? So for some reason or another, price had this massive rally upwards and then halted at this price point, right? And then shot up, only to halt again over here, right? So in my eyes, what I'm looking at is that this was a very, very strong area for price because it halted the bearish downtrend over here. So we've broken below that. Not only have we broken below that, as you guys can see, we melted, right? That was a very strong reaction downwards. So now what I'm anticipating is price to pull back. And if I was given signs of rejection and continuous bearish momentum, I would have took sellers because this is an incredibly important area in the market. That's exactly what ended up happening, but I ended up losing, right? So I took sellers over here, right? After seeing a wick rejection, after seeing a strong bearish candle close, I took rejections. I saw that the CCI was indicating overbought momentum as well. So we were likely to shift to the downside, but that didn't happen. I took a stop loss in. Now coming into the market, I saw that this was an area of consolidation going on over here, right? And so this was a decent zone to trade from. And because of that, when price ended up reaching back here after a bunch of consolidation, I ended up taking the trade, simply put, because of the fact that I saw that we had broken above this key level in the market, and now our next key level was over here, right? Over here, right? And so what I knew was that we can probably move my stop loss to break even before we reach the next key level in the market. And because of that, although my target was above the next key level in the market, right? Usually I target a 1 to 1.5, guys, and that would have been perfectly fine. That would have been hit no matter what. And I had an idea in my head that chances are we're going to hit a 1 to 1.5 no matter what. It was kind of like, I don't want to say it was a guarantee in my head, but I definitely was very confident that this trade would take profit, right? But instead I targeted a 1 to 3. And the idea was that, am I going to risk the chance that is very likely of it hitting a 1.5R to make double that amount, but be at the risk that price comes to this key level, halts, reversals, and then hits my break-even stop loss, right? And I was ready to risk that simply because of the reason that going into this new year, one of my goals has been to really hone in my discipline. And so prior to the New Year's, I was very disciplined in following my edge properly, no matter what. Even when things were looking rough, as you guys know, November and December were not the best months for me at all when it comes to day trading, right? It's not like I had massive like negative 10% losers, right, in a month, but I ended up essentially breaking even between both months. And so because of that, one of my goals has now been, so despite all of that, I was still disciplined. So now one of my goals to even hone my discipline and even better is to have a much larger take profit ratio. And because of that, your win rate is going to be lower, but chances are your profitability is going to skyrocket because when winners trend, you end up making a lot more money, right? A lot of your money is going to be hitting on continuously hitting the 1 to 3s in comparison to making like 4 or 1 to continuously hitting the 1 to 1.5s, right? So because of that, I've been trying to really hone in my discipline and hold for higher take profit levels. That's been my goal. And so I did have this idea that chances are that, we could halt at this key level and price could reverse and go back and take me out of break even, but I was ready to accept that risk. Why? Because I wanted to hone in my discipline. And that's exactly what ended up happening, guys, right? Or not exactly what ended up happening, right? We did have price halt at this key level like I predicted. We did have strong bearish momentum from this key level, from that key level, right? Like I predicted. Chances are we are going to halt at this level. Chances are there's going to be a reversal at this level. I just didn't know how strong the reversal was going to be. I didn't know if it continued going in my favor. I didn't know if it was going to go against me, right? But what ended up happening was I held it through. I could have closed it over here, right, guys? I could have seen my original take profit was a 1 to 1.5. So 1 to 1.5, I could have closed it even after this entire reversal, and I would have been perfectly fine. I would have been like, whatever, hit my original TP, I'm out, right? But no, I was disciplined. I had a goal in mind to continue to take longer term trades, right? To hold for those with higher risk to reward ratios, 1 to 2, 1 to 3s, right? And so because of that, I was like, I'm going to hold it. If I get stopped out of break even, it'll suck, but I'm going to hold it no matter what. And because of that, I ended up hitting TP. Just as simple as that. And yeah, guys, and that was it for today's trades, guys. Nothing really too crazy here. I don't think I trade any trades on Euro USD. No, I did not. But this was definitely a trade that I could have definitely took. I was outside. Well, this was outside of my trading hours anyways, but yeah, same exact scenario, guys. Just to break this trade down, I didn't take it, but this is definitely a trading setup that matches my criteria. See, key level in the market, strong trend. We have price go from price in the oversold territory, which means that chances are bullish momentum might be stepping into the market because it's a good time for buyers to buy. I'd probably buy at this level simply because of the fact that we have this morning star pattern over here, and then we have is bearish rejection, and then we have this candle closure. Not the strongest candle closure, but I think it would have been good enough for me. Again, this is kind of hindsight. My stop loss would have been here, and I would have targeted a 1 to 3. I don't even know if it hits it. It does hit a 1 to 3. Yeah, so chances are I would have, if you add spread into the equation, I would have hit a 1 to 3. But if you add a spread into the equation, Euro USD goes up to 0.2. That's the highest spread ever. So does it hit a 1 to 3 then? It doesn't. So it really depends if I got what type of entry I got, honestly. But chances are I would have hit a 1 to 3, or maybe it would have just been break even. But this is definitely a type of trade that I would have took anyways. Just to break down for you guys. So 2 trades today. 4 potential trades, only took 2 trades. One of them was a loser, one of them was a banger of a trade, a winner. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this type of videos, if you want me to make more of these videos, or if you have any ideas of any videos you want me to make sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, guys, peace out.